Hello, my friends of Timeshare OPC University. This is the second part of steps to be a successful OPC. We have talked about goals. We have talked about stuff that you need in order for you to be successful. But besides having a positive mental attitude and working on your goals and having, propriety, being clean and have everything ready in your station and set up your mind for the day before you go to work, there's something else that you need to do. You need to work with a strategy. A strategy means when are the check-ins in the area where you live. If they check in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so that means those are the days when the people are going to come out and they're going to start looking for stuff to do. So those are the days that you have to work. Some places, they will allow you to work what is called the extra mile, meaning that you can go and work as the second shift. Some other places, they will do that depending on your performance. It is very normal that you start in what they call the worst location, or the location that doesn't have as much traffic. When I started like every single one of you, and they sent me to the worst location. And that's okay, because I had a supervisor that I was new, and I told him, well, when would I be able to go to a better location when there's more traffic? And he just said something very funny and very simple. He said, it's not the cage, it's the monkey. When he told me that, it was funny to me, and I got a little upset, but he was true, he was real. Because what happens is, even if it's a low traffic location, all you need is one family, one couple to be in front of you, and that's it. But most of the times when you have those low locations, you're gonna have at least 10, 20, 30 people that walk by, and you're gonna have the opportunity. What happened in my case, I went into that location and I booked, and then I was able to move to another location and better location. When you have the best location, the only thing that means is that you are in your comfort zone. There is something in your mind that tells you this is the best location, and you don't have to work as hard as if you work in another location. What it has happened to some OPCs, and it happened to me, is that you go to the location that nobody wants to go, and then you make it work, and then everybody wants to go to that location, if it's outside. If it's in-house, obviously you have to work on your shifts. If it's a restaurant, obviously it has to be the time when there's a lot more people. So you have to know exactly how the system is going to work, and you have to work that with your management. The only thing that I can tell you is, if you want a better location, you have to show your production. You have to work hard until you get it, because nobody's going to get it, and no supervisor will give you a top location knowing that you have an OPC that can produce a lot more than you. So make sure you work your strategy in your mind, and then you set up your goal on how you're going to reach your location. Okay? Another thing that you have to do is you have to learn your tools. The map. You cannot show a map and say, fumbling like, oh, this is where we are. You cannot do that, because then people is not going to trust you. You have to be very precise and know exactly in what location you are. You're able to point that out in the map. Nowadays, we have a lot of tools like phones and everything. You can just press Google Maps on your phone, but anybody can do that. So you have to do something special and show this is the map, something that we used to use in the past, but sometimes people like that. And you have to be able to show, this is where we are, this is where you want to go, this is where the attraction is, this is where the grocery store is, this is where transportation, you got to tell everything, because you have to be a wealth of knowledge on the area where you are, because that's the only way how you're going to help, you're going to be able to stop the people, and how you're going to be able to keep the people entertained, so they listen to you, and they're going to start trusting you, which is one of the first steps on the sale. Sales are divided into 4 steps. First step will be trust, second will be need, the third one help, and the other one hurry. Normally those steps are explained when you are actually selling timeshare, but selling timeshare, being in the sales room for 90 minutes or a little bit longer, is very similar to what we do. The OPCs, we do it quickly, okay? So remember, the first thing that you gotta do is you earn the trust. And how do you earn the trust? By looking professional, by knowing your surroundings, by knowing what everything is, and also something very important, you have to know what's around. You have to know how people is going to have fun. If you're promoting a boat tour, you cannot say, oh, it's a boat tour that takes you here, there, and there, and you come back. You have to be very specific. You have to put the people in the picture. You have to use magic words. You have to tell them the times. What does it include? And use magic words that you make the people wanting to be there, and they're willing to sell it to you at a full price. So one of the things that is very important before I go, because time is limited, you have to work in certain things in your life. I put in the web page a page that talks to you about your career, your social, your financial, your family life, your mental and education, and physical and health. Make sure you evaluate yourself and you see where you need to work, because if you are in a position where you are in a balance, everything will work out better for you, and you're going to be more productive, and you're going to make more money, and you're going to grow up, and you're going to be a supervisor, a manager, assistant manager, director, and a project director. All right, so this is something short for now. Again, send me your questions and we're going to work on that. Okay, the next time we're going to start working on the steps to do the job. You know, everybody has different steps. If you can send me the steps that you learned, you know, because in Orlando I found different steps than what I found in Mexico. When I was in Dominican Republic, they have different steps. When I was in St. Thomas, they have different steps. Everybody calls them differently, but at the end it's all the same. So the cells are divided into trust, need, help, and hurry. Okay, so this is everything for now, and I'll send something very soon. Send me your questions.